Hello there, Virgo. It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your July, it's hard to believe, July general reading. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Okay, let's get into your reading. Oh my goodness. The honoring path and the higher power. This is your intuition. You know, really your crown chakra, really getting into the energy of understanding you are stepping onto a new path, a path that is more in alignment with your soul's purpose. You may be getting a lot of downloads at this time, having trouble sleeping, perhaps, ringing in the ears. I mean, you definitely check things out medically if you feel like, there's a medical reason, but there is this energy of not... I almost feel like you may be kind of confused at this time. You're getting some clarity. You're getting some understanding of where to go next. It's almost as if there's an energy of a black cloud being lifted. I'll have to say, like, finally getting the clarity about how to move forward. And yet at the same time, you may not have all of the answers. That's okay. That's okay, Virgo. It is about taking those first steps, and then the rest of it will come. So let's see. Oh my goodness. Wow. Whew. Okay, 8 of Wands. All right, let's take our time with this because, there's a lot of information here. It is time for you to step into a new chapter. You're closing out a past chapter. You may be making some really big decisions in your life, closing out relationships, situations, jobs, careers, places where you live. If you're being called to do that, because I'm telling you that your intuition is just like really high here. If you're feeling those callings, it is time to take action on those things that you are seeing. The Queen of Swords is this highly focused, how to take action, how to communicate where it is that she wants to go, understanding that you may not know the whole path. If you look, she's looking through a telescope, right? She's looking towards the future, but when you're looking through a telescope, you can't see anything on the sides, any of your peripheral vision, right? You're looking at something that's in the distance, and yes, the telescope helps to bring in the clear vision of something far away, but you're not quite sure how to get there or any of the obstacles. It's almost this energy of getting super focused about something that is far out in the distance, okay? And you're not really sure how you're going to travel there, how you're going to get there. It's almost this energy of, I don't know. Right? I don't know. I just know that there's something way out there on the horizon for me. And I have to start taking action to move towards it. Because your present energy is the High Priestess. I really feel like, you have the High Priestess twice and the honoring path. And I'm going to tell you, you have the Hierophant here. An energy of, perhaps coming into... a true soulmate, because the Hierophant and the High Priestess is a very spiritual couple. This energy of perhaps coming into alignment with somebody that is going to go on this honoring path with you. The High Priestess is an interesting energy. It means that you don't know everything. The veil may be pulled back a little bit, and yet at the same time, you don't know everything that's behind the curtain. It's about stepping into this energy of just realizing that you're not going to know all of the steps. You're not going to know exactly how you get there, right? The Queen of Swords sees the vision in the future, but you may not know exactly how you're going to get there. That's the scary part, especially for Virgos. That's kind of the scary part. You mean I'm going on a trip and I don't know? You may know that you're going to Hawaii. Let's put it in an analogy. You're going to Hawaii, but say you live in New York, okay? And you're going to Hawaii, but you have absolutely no idea how you're going to get there, okay? You don't have an airplane ticket, you don't know if you're hitchhiking or driving or taking a boat. You're not really sure. So it's kind of like the first step would be like, okay, I'm going to Hawaii. So what will I need in Hawaii? Yeah, maybe you pack your suitcase. You go buy a new bathing suit and a pair of flip-flops, right? It's kind of like, okay, I'm going to think about what do I need to get there, And then the next thing is you're moving to Hawaii, right? It's kind of like, okay, I'm going to Hawaii, but what am I going to do? Oh, I have to sell my house, or, it's this energy of not knowing exactly everything on the path, how you're going to get there, but taking action, doing something. It's like packing your suitcase. Okay, I'll pack my suitcase, and then the next step will be revealed. I don't have to know everything. I'll pack my suitcase. I know I'm going to Hawaii. I need a bathing suit, some flip-flops, shorts, and t-shirt. I got one suitcase. Okay, now what's the next step? And then realizing that the steps will be given to you as long as you are still open to not having complete control of how you're going to get there. Part of it is the adventure of getting to your destination. Perhaps you've been so focused on the destination that and worried about how you're going to get there that you're losing the adventure of getting there. Yeah. Wow. 2 of Cups on the bottom. Yeah. Okay. So there's something has kind of come to an end. Something that you thought was going to work out. Okay. 3 of Pentacles. It could have been a job, working with others. It could have been a relationship, family situation. Doesn't matter. Did not work out. Did not work out the way that you wanted it to. So it's this energy of, okay, I've got to walk away from that and go towards something that is going to bring me happiness and joy, that is a part of my soul path. Understanding that this not working out is actually putting you on to your soul path. Part of your soul's journey was this not working out. And I do feel like you're disappointed. I'm not sure it's an actual tower moment, but there's this disappointment. There was some hope that something was going to work out for you, and it hasn't. And now you're kind of like, yeah, I have to walk away from that. It could also be that there was something that you were working on with another person or a group of people, especially with Pentacles, like work situation, right? And it didn't bring you the fulfillment that you were looking for. It could have been a job and you thought, yeah, it's going to work out. And then it just isn't the way that you thought it was going to be. It did not work out the way that you thought. So you're like, yeah, I got to leave that job. I got to move on to the next thing. So Virgo, I'm going to say, I feel like you may have had a couple of those. You may have even had 3 disappointments, okay, in maybe the last 3 years. A job that you took that you thought was going to be great, but it didn't turn out to be. You moved to a new city. You thought that was going to bring you happiness, but it really didn't. You may have actually started a relationship and you're kind of like, yeah, but it just really wasn't clicking. I wasn't getting the joy and excitement out of those situations that I thought I would. So you're kind of moving on. You're kind of like, yeah, I got to move on to something better. This isn't fulfilling. It's not working out the way I wanted it to. The message I'm getting is to understand that all of that, this was on your path so that you could learn more about yourself, about what it is that you do want. Sometimes the things that don't work out help us to understand what it is that will make us happy, right? The Eight of Cups is like, I'm leaving something that's disappointing, not terrible perhaps, but disappointing. Didn't work out the way that I wanted it to, so I can walk towards something that is more fulfilling. Two of Cups on the bottom, the Emperor, the Seven of Swords. Yeah. Could be that you had a business partner or a romantic relationship or a family situation where somebody took control. I don't think this is you. This is Aries energy, but it doesn't have to be an Aries. The control in this situation was not balanced. You know, somebody was Seven of Swords. Somebody here was kind of like taking more than their fair share. They're more than their fair share of money, your time, your energy, your love. It doesn't matter. These situations have been popping up for you so that you can step into your own energy of understanding what it is that you want out of life and moving in that direction. Because your obstacle here is the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is actually an energy of moving too, but the Six of Wands is finding victory. You're having a hard time in all of your situations, you know? Finding the happiness, the victory that you're looking for. So let's clarify this. Yeah, the Emperor, Two of Cups, Six of Swords, the Moon. Yeah, you're just having a hard time moving on from things that have been kind of controlling. The other energy is you could have been trying to control the outcome of a certain situation, relationship. It doesn't matter. If you were trying to control it, it was because you were trying to really get things to work out for happiness, right? And now it's kind of like, yeah, I have to move on. But you're having a hard time moving on, of finding a balanced situation for yourself. So your advice is the Hierophant. Getting back to your core values. You know, I feel like part of this is that all of these disappointments have helped you to understand what it is that you truly value. You know, because I feel like you've taken this a little bit of a meandering path, trying to figure out, you thought that it's kind of this energy of, you thought, it's kind of like going into an ice cream store, okay? I don't know whether I don't even eat ice cream. All right, you go into an ice cream store. And you know how, like, when you go to an ice cream store, you can ask for tastes, right? You know, you get a little teeny tiny taste of the ice cream to see if you like it or not, right? And it's kind of like you went in and you really thought you wanted chocolate ice cream. So you got a taste of chocolate ice cream, and it wasn't what you wanted. And then it was like, well, maybe I'll get pistachio ice cream. So you get a taste of that, and it wasn't what you wanted. And then it was kind of like maybe you got strawberry, okay, ice cream. And that wasn't what you wanted. And what you're understanding is that you really don't want ice cream. It's kind of like you're walking out of the ice cream store and going, yeah, it's not that I had the wrong flavors, right? It's just that I don't want ice cream. Maybe you want a popsicle instead, right? Or maybe you want popcorn. I don't know. It's this energy of, yeah, I put a lot of time and energy trying to find the right flavor of ice cream. And yet at the same time, what I didn't realize is I don't really want ice cream. So it's part of your journey is understanding that, yes, you kept trying ice cream, but ice cream wasn't working for you. You know, this could be a lot of different relationships. This could have been different jobs that you've hopped around in, different cities that you've lived in. It doesn't matter. All of a sudden you're realizing, wait a minute, I have to backtrack and figure out what it is that I really and truly want. It's interesting because I think what you're coming into is you're really awakening to the fact that all of this searching that you may have done, okay, was really in a way of helping you to align yourself to what you truly want. It's about letting go of some of those values or belief systems about what you thought you wanted in your life, okay? Based on what, you may have grown up with or, even acquired as a young adult. And now your life is really different. Like you're looking at life in a totally different way. And it's kind of like, yeah, okay, in my new life, now I realize I don't even like ice cream. It's that type of energy, which I feel like is kind of a huge shift for you and could at times be a little bit scary. But what you're understanding is, yeah, I don't like ice cream, so I'm cutting ice cream out of my life. I'm taking action and I'm going in a new direction. I just got to try some different types of desserts, right? Yeah, it's about bringing balance. Wow. 3 of Cups, celebrating. You're trying to bring balance. Look at this. The 6 of Pentacles and the Justice card. 2 balance cards. You could be dealing with a Libra, but you don't have to be. Finding victory and finding the balance that you want in your life. Understanding that what you want in your life does not necessarily have to be the same as the people in your work sector, your family, your friends, right? I feel like you're understanding, wait a minute, I can have my life. I don't have to try to fit in with another group of people. And it brings you victory. It brings you victory and understanding I have to step into my own belief systems and move forward in search of what it is that I truly want, because we have the Page of Wands. This is learning. You see how he has the microscope there? Magnifying glass. He has a magnifying glass there. It's like, okay, I'm just on a search. I feel like you've put a lot of pressure on yourself. I have to have, I have to have a certain job. I have to have a romance. I have to have, you almost have this checklist of things that you think you have to have in your life. And now all of a sudden you're realizing, wait a minute, part of my life is just experiencing different relationships or careers or cities or whatever it is. I'm just here to learn. I'm just like learning about all these different things because your purpose at this time is to discover what it is that you truly want out of your life, what you truly value, what your purpose is. So it's almost like take the pressure off of yourself. You have 9 of Cups, the Moon, the Judgment, Magician, having all the tools that you need to create the life that you truly want, 9 of Cups. But with the Moon card here, it's kind of like the Moon, your 9 of Cups is still hidden from you. It's understanding, yeah, I don't know exactly what it is that I want out of my life. That's okay. It's part of my journey. It's understanding that I am changing with this Judgment card. I am truly changing right down to my core values. I am changing at this time. So it's about just staying open, receiving. Look at how she's like, has her arms up. She's receiving information about how to honor herself, about how to honor your path of understanding that you don't have to have the roadmap about how you're getting to Hawaii. You don't have to know how you're going to get there. Part of it is just the adventure of stepping out and saying, okay, I have my suitcase full of flip-flops and t-shirts and shorts, and yeah, I don't know exactly how I'm going to get to Hawaii, but I'm going to figure it out. How can I surrender even more in this moment? It is essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire, but it's equally important for us to detach from the outcome. It's time to surrender. Let the universe have some breathing room to work. Let go of the wheel and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see yet, but is coming. Yeah, and I really and truly feel like that is it. It's about surrendering to this journey, about just learning more about what it is that you truly value. I don't know. I feel like, so many people have said, with the pandemic and the way that the world is today, people are changing their minds about what is their top priorities in life. You know, people we are all changing. You know, there is a change within us. And so I feel like that's what it is. It's allowing yourself, it's almost like this energy of shedding your skin, allowing yourself to say, yes, okay. You know, a few years ago, I truly believed so-and-so, right? Now, I'm kind of like, yeah, that doesn't make me happy anymore. I'm disappointed with that. I'm going in search of what really is important to me now. And Virgo, there are a lot of people awakening now. You know, I feel like this is an ascension process for you, but I feel also like you're being called to step onto your soul purpose, you know, to understand that you are needed, your light is needed, your love is needed in this world at this time. Allow your work to become your art. Yeah. You know, when we talk about art, it is passion. It has something to do with passion, sharing our special gifts and talents with the world to help bring more love and light into the collective. And I feel like you are on that path. You understand that you have something magical about you. It's about sharing your gifts and talents with others, perhaps in a totally different way, perhaps opening yourself up to new gifts and talents that you have, spiritual gifts. Understanding that this is all it's almost like unfolding in front of you. Really interesting energy. Well, Virgo, I'm going to leave it there. I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I always appreciate all of your support of my channel through liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I wish you so much love and light in this situation and all your situations. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.